Those are my words exactly. In the Morelos Mountains, campesinos are planting their fields, where the ghost of Zapata rides a horse that can still outrun the wheel. High in the sky above and clear outside, it's the free Mexican Air Force flying tonight. Way up there in Kentucky, a cowgirl is cooling her heels, remembering that God gave us herbs and the fruits of the field. But a criminal law that makes outlaws of those seeking life make a free Mexican Air Force, Escalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight, flying so high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How strange and innocent herb causes money to burn. They'll jail you or kill you for making those rich fat cats squirm. But nothing can stop us, my vision is clearly in sight. And the free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. While we smoking colitas, federales are loading their guns, blowing smoke from their six-shooters, spinning their barrels for fun. Contrabandistas, banditos of lies, we're the free Mexican Air Force and we're flying tonight. And high in the hills we are harvesting sweet sensimilla. The law wants it all 'cause they think the wild we can free us. Freedom for us is a prison for the rulers of might. That's why the free Mexican Air Force, Escalito riding his white horse. The free Mexican Air Force is flying tonight. Everybody's flying so high. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Flying tonight.
Shout out Bruce Gas, aka Toker 2. You know I had to drop a track for my boy.
Where you at?
Yeah, been in your rapping boys out here telling favors. I'm the hardest young nigga, I ain't signed to no label. Hey, Bruce Gas putting up fights on the table. Calling that boxing since Kane versus Abel. Smoking so much gas, you would think that shit was fatal. I'm the people's champion like Muhammad Ali. Shout out Bruce Gas, one day we gon' meet. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, we gon' smoke hella weed. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, take a hit out the Toker 2. Slipping hella shots, feel like Tyson with the peak. Little Glock by my side, but it hit just like Isaac Cruz. Shout out man, Chad, real shit, that's my fucking dude. We always cooking on the panel. Strapped to my side, I ain't talking about no sandwich. Bruce passed me the blunt, I'ma light it like a candle. Ayy, non-stop bars, man, I always spit flames. gas always got a different strain. Bitch, you ain't like me, you can never feel my pain. You win and you lose, well, this a fight game. Don't beef on the net and the shit won't change. Said that on the stream, gotta do it for the game. Said that on the stream, gotta do it for the chat. I ain't undisputed. Yeah, hold on, I ain't undisputed, but I want all the straps.
Good evening. Thank you all for coming in here, man. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. I'm waiting for a special guest of mine to hop in, and I got some of my usual guests here, but I got that Toker too. Look at what my wife did to this thing, man. Looks like it's brand new off the shelf. Kind of like me. Brand new off the shelf. Yes, indeed. Maybe recycled, returned, refurbished, as they say these days. You know, you go get a vacuum cleaner. This unit has been refurbished. Hey. I want to tell you something before I go on here. You know, last week we didn't do a show because I had to have some eye surgery last Wednesday, and man, the best thing I ever had. You know, I was blind in my left eye. I was like, it was ugly, man. It was ugly. It was like somebody took some Vaseline and smeared it on my eye, and you know, my doctor told me that I had cataracts, and then he also did some further shit. He told me I had glaucoma, and I'm like, oh. The old 1-2 punch in the eyes. You know, you don't mess with eyesight, man. Eyesight is precious. But anyway, man, I'm good to go. I'm over here now. Let me see who's in here, man. I got my sidekick always here, bro. I can't get rid of this guy. I could give him an eviction notice. He's still gonna show up, man. My brother George Jakovic. George, how are you, my brother? Oh, you're on mute, man. You're on mute. Oh, we still can't hear you, George.
How about now? 1, 2, 3.
Now we can hear you. Now we can hear you, my brother. Now we can hear you.
Glad to be here, man. I'm glad your eyes are good. You said the surgery went well. So.
Oh, bro, thank God, man. I am so happy. It's like the $1 billion man over here, redone again. And you know, we got somebody else who wanted to come in here and meet the champ. We got my brother Tim Skywalker Muzi. Great guy, man. Always invites me on his show. And, you know, how could I say no to Tim Muzi, man? So Tim Muzi.
Hey, hello, guys. Thank you for having me.
We got royalty in the back here waiting for you, man. I'm gonna bring out my friend over here, bro. This man, honest to God, bro. This man is like my family now. I call him up and we talk like we're brothers, man. I want to introduce you. He's been on here twice before, man. He's gracing us again. Here's my friend, man. The former 2-time heavyweight champ of the world, man. Tim Witherspoon.
Wait. Oh, sorry. See, going. Okay.
Tim. Oh, we lost him. Oh no. He'll be back. He'll be back
because he looked happy. We saw him for about a split second, and he looked happy.
Well, you know, I'm not just using it as a PR thing to get viewers over here. But anyway, man, I'm gonna do a couple of tokes because I'm telling you, when I get in the presence of royalty, woo.
Skywalker, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. Just got off of work. Thought it'd be nice to meet the father. I'm real good friends with Junior. I've had Junior on my show. Never met the father, so it's gonna be really nice. Look forward to it.
2-time heavyweight champ, man. Watched him when I was a kid. I watched him battle Holmes, and I remember watching him on HBO when he knocked out Frank Bruno.
Right.
So saw him fight so many times.
He was one of my heroes, bro. He was one of the if not for Larry Holmes, I think he was the greatest heavyweight in the 1980s, bro.
Right.
I really do, man. And you know, it's funny because Tim's birthday is right around my birthday. It's on the 27th of December, and I did a little tribute to him. I just had opened my channel up, and I did a little tribute to him. He's coming back here. There we go. I think we might have him this time. There's my brother.
Am I on?
You're on, brother. You're on. Tim, what's happening?
I can't see my face.
Oh, no.
Hey,
we can see your handsome face.
We can see that beautiful face of yours, my brother.
Could you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. All right. I'm in.
All right, man. Here we are. Tim, I want to introduce you. I want to introduce you to my co-host, George Jakovic. George worked at HBO for several years, like 15, I believe. He knows a lot about you. And this is my friend Tim. This is Tim Skywalker.
Hey,
He's got
Tim.
Hey, Skywalker. Shania, turn them lights on. Yeah, I rushed in my laptop. My laptop won't work, so I had to get my hand phone. I'm sorry.
That's all right,
Could you
brother. We see you. Let me shout out who's in here, man. We got a few people that come to see you, Tim. Let me give them a little acknowledgement, because man, I love when people come in here, and I feel so humbled. I'm in the presence of greatness, and I want to thank the people who came in here to see us, man. El Pinchy Punch, man, my favorite troll, man. Salute, bro. I'm in the same boat as you, man. Thank you for coming in. BK, my brother. Salute, man. Jose Diaz, here. Con Shawnery, man. Salute, my brother. G Funky, the Funky Monkey. Salute, brother. Salute. St. Cruisin, my brother, the OG, man. My fellow OG from the West Coast, man. Salute, St. Cruisin. Nick M's Classic Boxing Channel. Tim, Nick M knows a lot more about you than anybody in here, man. Nick M is he puts on some great shows out there on YouTube. Mrs. Knockout 86, salute, sister. Thank you for coming by. Mr. Pads, my brother, thank you for coming by. Opulent
Is
LG.
Pads up there? Pads is on?
No, Mr. Pads.
Oh,
Mr.
Pad
Pads.
work.
He was here last week. Last
Pad
time we were here,
work.
we got it mixed up. Joe M, salute, my brother. Enoch's a troublemaker. You got to watch out for Enoch out there. He's a troublemaker. William Old School on that. Salute to you, my brother. Salute to you. Hey man, we're gathering here for some smoking and some joking and some toking with my friend, man, former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Tim Witherspoon. Timmy baby.
Terrible Tim.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
How's it
bro.
going?
Doing great. Hey, if anybody out here doesn't know who you are, why don't you just explain yourself? Tell these people who you are, bro.
That shouldn't be that hard. How you guys doing?
I know.
I just came from the gym. I had to go down to Philly and rush back like I did before. The traffic was kind of rough. I wanted to be on the show. You have a really cool show. And I was 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. Okay, let me start over. At first, I started out as a football player in high school. I got a scholarship. I was a tight end. I made all Philadelphia. And then I went to university, Lincoln University of Missouri. I got hurt. I got hit in the back from behind. I got hit from the back, spared me right with his helmet. And I went home. I started as a freshman, but I went home. And a lot of my friends were boxing in the neighborhood. If you remember these names, Buster Drayton, Earl the Pearl Hardgrove.
Oh.
I grew up, I lived in the same neighborhood as them.
Wow.
And a couple top boxers. My brother Anthony was 14-0 with 14 knockouts before we got sold to Don King. So I'm pretty much, I don't know how I got into boxing. I just didn't give up on whatever. And that's what a lot of young people need to do. I didn't give up. I just wanted to keep on going. And I found out 2 vertebrae in my lower back was bent after I was sick and I went to the hospital. And the doctors asked me, they said, "Is something wrong with your back? Because you got two vertebrae bent downwards." And I said, "That must be that accident. When I got hit in playing football. Big 6'6" linebacker hit me from behind and speared me. And 2 of my vertebrae was bent down. So I got into boxing. And this is where I wind up today. I never give up. If there's any young people out there, or even if you're not boxing, never give up, because you never know where you're going to wind up. And here I am on the podcast talking about boxing on your show with some nice people.
Oh man.
So don't never give up, because you never know where you wind up.
Absolutely. Never give up. Thomas Jones, thanks for coming in, brother. William Old School, man.
Hey, Tim.
Yes.
Tim, so you got into boxing, but when did you realize that you had some talent, that you were special, that you could do something in the sport? Because it's not an easy sport to just get into late like that.
Yeah, I like sports. What happened? I like sports. I played golf. I played tennis. I played football, baseball. I never thought about making millions or becoming a champion. People was in the neighborhood. It was sports, and I just wanted to keep on getting sports. But I never wanted to like thinking about being a champion. I just put the gloves on and started boxing. And then later on, as I started dealing with the business, I started realizing that I could be somebody in this. You know, I was an amateur. I fought Joe Frazier's son, my last amateur fight. I was 4-4. I had 2 losses. I was 5 wins and 2 losses. So I lost my very first amateur fight, and then I lost to Joe Frazier's son in the finals of the Golden Gloves. Then I had an old trainer. And let me tell you this real quick. I didn't know nothing about the sport. I didn't know nothing about, trainers and stuff really. And I found out that Larry Holmes wanted to hire me as a sparring partner because he heard about me like sparring around and stuff. Wow. And this is when I learned about trainers. My trainer never told me. They wanted to pay me like $1,500 a week. And my trainer never told me. So I found out by somebody else said, hey, how come you didn't take that job sparring for Larry Holmes? He's going to pay you good. And I said, what you talking about? He said, yeah, we told your trainer and everything. And my trainer never told me. So I left him. I left him and went to Muhammad Ali's camp. I started sparring with Ali. No, I was sparring with Matthew Saad Muhammad at the time. Wow. Matthew Saad, the light heavyweight champ. So I was upset and I left. I went to camp. I started sparring with him, and I heard, and people heard about it. And they was like, wow, you didn't take that job? I never knew. That's when I knew about trainers and stuff, because I had trainers that was way better than the one I had. I said, oh, he didn't want me to get knowledge. But he was an nice old guy. But he knew I was going to leave him if I found out about all these other people. And that boxing is a big game. You got good teachers out there other than him. And I felt real bad, real quick. And when I won the title, I went back to his gym. His name was Clarence Booker. I went back to his gym with the belt in my hand, and he wouldn't let me in. Wow. Yeah, he wouldn't let me in. So I was naive. I was naive about boxing.
Like coming to the church. That's like the Pope coming to the church and the priest saying, no, you can't come in. That's when I learned a little bit about the boxing game, in terms of trainers. I didn't know my trainer was good or bad. I just got in and started boxing. And I'm sure there's a lot of young boxers out there in the same situation. And then and the gym was down the street where they made the Rocky movie. Remember in Italian Market? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the gym was right on the corner. You could just walk right into the market where Sylvester Stallone made the movie. And then I went on and became the 2-time heavyweight champ from Philly. And I used to go to the market with my mom, wave like he did in the movie. I couldn't believe it. So that's why I'm saying never quit because you never know where you wound up. I was born in South Philly. My mom used to take me to the Italian market when I was little, and then I became the 2-time. Man, I'm not quitting. That's why I want to come on your show and talk to you guys and just keep the love going. Keep the love going, man. That's all. Awesome stuff. All right, now I'm gonna get us off this high cloud here. How did you get involved with Don King? I know every heavyweight in the '80s had. Oh boy. Tell us okay. Your first experience with the Don. You're gonna like this. Okay, so I was with. Okay, after I left that trainer, I met a trainer named Slim Robinson. He was the best. He trained Mike Rossman, the Jewish bomber. He helped Ali when he fought Holmes a little bit with different stuff. And people was calling him to go train people. That's when I knew some things about boxing, because I had to follow my trainer to spar with this guy, to spar with Eddie Mustafa, spar with Saad Muhammad, to spar with this guy. Even Ali was asking him some questions. So wait a minute, you asked me, what was the question? I was moving too fast.
I was asking you how you got involved with Don King, but listening to how you transitioned to Slim Jim
Okay.
Robinson, man, that's an awesome story right there. Now, how did
Yeah,
Don?
Slim Jim. Slim Jim.
He-
Okay. Okay. So what happened was I got with Slim, and he introduced me to a guy by the name of Mark Stewart. Mark Stewart was a businessman, but he also had music people like Captain Sky, Brandy Wells. He had music people in the studio, and we would stay in Center City, Philadelphia. The boxers, we would stay in Center City with the music people. We all slept and stayed in the same building. They had a studio there. So I went a little bit too far, but Slim asked me at the gym, he said, listen, I got some people that wanna see if you can, they want to take care of you and manage your stuff. And I said, okay. And they introduced me to him. So his name was Mark Stewart, and he had a partner named Larry Levin, who was a dentist. Have you ever heard of Dr. Snow? That was Larry Levin, was a dentist, and they were selling drugs. They were selling cocaine. The nicest guy in the world. Him and this guy named David, they was doctors. This how we wound up with Don King. Now, it was me, my brother, Anthony, who was 14-0, 14 knockouts. It was Bernard Hockman's uncle, Artie McLeod. He was a bad boy. He was bad. And then it was Sterling Quick, and it was a couple other guys. And we stayed in the building in Center City. And Mark Stewart was a real smart Jewish businessman. And he said he's going to make Don King pay. He was going to make Don King pay, and we just train hard. So when they got busted, Mark Stewart got all the boxers together and said, look, we in trouble, man. It's on the news. If you see Dr. Snow, if you type in Dr. Snow, it'll come out. It'll come out when you type it in, and it'll tell you all about them. They were selling cocaine, kilos, and he was a nice guy, a dentist. He was you would never figure he would be doing stuff like that. He always was nice to us. We talked to him. He talked nice and smooth. And I think he just ventured out into that. But so when he got busted, Mark Stewart pulled us all in the room and said, look, y'all guys gonna have to go with Don King. I think he would make y'all champions and all this. So we heard stuff about Don, and we didn't want to go. My oldest brother, Anthony, he was a light heavyweight, 14-0, 14 knockouts. He said, nah, I ain't going with him. I'm not going. And the other boxers, Artie McLeod, Bernard Hopkins' uncle, me, him, and Sterling Quick, yeah, we went with Don. We went with Don. I was like a baby, I was like a new in this stuff, and I just went with him. I told my brother Anthony, come on, Anthony, won't you go? He said, no, man, I'm not going with Don King. So I went, and then that's how we wound up with Don. They got convicted. They went to jail. I just found out about a week ago that Mark Stewart passed away. But Larry Levin, there's a story about him if you look in the archives, and that's how we wound up with Don King. And I was in a place where I was like, damn, I heard about this guy. I know he's ripped people off. I hope he don't rip me off. I'm naive, So that's how we wound up with Don King, because my managers and promoters, and we were undefeated. I was like 14-0, and they got caught. They got caught selling drugs, and we went to jail. Larry Levin is out of jail now, and he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. I don't know how he wound up like that, but him and I don't know if David went in, but that's how I wound up with Don King.
Now, what was the first inkling that Don was on the shady side? When did you say, hey man, this guy's, I gotta watch my pockets with this guy?
Down the line. In the beginning, I was concentrating on just being in good shape, winning, fighting, and all that, because the money wasn't there, and we were like forced in a situation that I really didn't understand boxing. I didn't understand. Here I am, like 13, 14-0. I wasn't even thinking about the championship. I was just kept on fighting. I was like, then eventually I was like, wow, the championship, I could probably, get a shot at the title one day. But I was just winning fights. But the thing is that I didn't know that Don was. I heard he was bad before we got with him. That's why my brother didn't want to go. But when we went with him, I just was going to go train and see, not to convince him to be a good guy. But if I train real hard and win, I hope you don't rip me off. I did hear about him doing negative things to people. But I was in a place where I just had to go forward. I had to go forward. I couldn't go backwards. And I was forced. I had to do what I had to do. And I got in shape. And this is where I'm minded up today.
Now, you were 14-0, and he put you in with Larry Holmes. That's like, nobody sees anything like that. How did that come about?
Hey.
Bro? You beat Alonzo Ratliff, and then you're in the ring with Larry Holmes.
Listen, I had a good trainer, and I was confident that he wouldn't steer me in the wrong direction. And I was still learning. when me and Slim was there. See, Slim left me because they stopped his payment. I'll tell you about that. Now, I was in training camp and Slim was there. Slim was getting paid good by Mark Stewart. But when he went with Don King, Don cut his money in half. And Slim had a big overhead. He had a nice house. He was a what they call him, bounty hunter. He would go get guys and lock them up. And he was a good trainer. Mike Rossman, the Jewish bomber, he trained him, and Mike was kicking everybody butt. So Slim, he cut Slim money off, and that's when things went downhill also in terms of me. When Slim came over to me and said, Tim, he said, look, I can't do it. I got to pay my bills. Don, he was in tears. Tears was in his eye. He was mad. He was going to shoot Don King. He said, I'm going to shoot this motherfucker. Excuse my language, everybody. No.
Good, bro.
Listen, Slim said, I'm going to shoot him, Tim. He was crying. He said, man, he little tears in his eyes. Man, this man messed with me. I'm going to shoot him, man. I'm going to shoot him. And I said, we talked him out of it. We was in camp. This is a true story. We talked him out of it. I don't know if he really was, but he was seriously thinking about it. He was a bounty hunter. He had his guns. And he did stuff for the Philadelphia area with bounty hunting. So I was like, Slim, don't do that. Don't slow it. Don't do it, Slim. He said, Slim, he said, Tim, you keep fucking with me. Excuse my language. He keep messing with me. He's taking my money. I said, Slim, don't do that. Don't do it. So Slim left, and they left us there. I understood that the man that taught me most everything, he wasn't finished teaching me either. He wasn't finished. I was still learning. Okay, but he was with me with the Larry Holmes fight. That's how I did. That's how I got my confidence. Slim, Don King said, well, he's going to fight Larry Holmes next. And I was like, Slim, that's too soon, man. He said, Tim, you're going to, yeah. He said, Tim, you're going to kick his ass. I said, okay. As soon as my trainer said that, Slim said that, I said, let's go. We started chopping wood. It was like a whole bunch was out there. They wanted me to whip Larry Holmes. It was like 20 people. It was like 20 boxers out in the wood, chopping wood, running. And we were working out. They said, Timmy's fighting Larry. We're going to kick his butt. I just got in good shape. And thanks to Slim, he guided me through that fight with the skills he showed me. And I was just learning stuff. And they put me in there with him. I was learning. I was still in the learning process.
Hey, we got a wise guy in here, Enoch. He says, is that why Larry ate you up with his jab?
I don't know what fight he was watching.
Enoch.
I don't know.
Who's
good, Enoch.
Who's this Enoch clown, man? I want to know who this guy is.
It's okay, Bruce. We need guys like that on. Listen, Larry Holmes was the easiest fight of my career.
Wow.
I had so much. I had easier fights. I ain't gonna put him down like that. He's a great champion. Larry's a great champion, and he proved himself. But I had more skills than him. He had a good jab. He had no defense. And everybody knew him. He was winning fights with the jab and his heart and his courage. I had more skills. I knew how to slip. He didn't know how to slip. I know how to block. I know how to put my hands. I just was younger. I was younger than him. And he was way out there. He had a lot of big fights. This was my biggest fight of my life. But what made me put the pressure on him, besides my trainer, he was down to me. He was down to me and saying that I was a bum. I was from Philly, and nobody knew who I am. He's gonna knock me out and take my girlfriend from me. I'm just a bum. But that put fuel on the fire. Every time he did that, I got mean. I got meaner and meaner. And I was watching videos of him. We practiced a month and a half blocking jabs. And that's what a lot of these boxers today need to do. When you know your opponent's strength, work on that strength. Work on their positive, whatever their great punch is. Get rid of that punch, and I guarantee you your fight will be much easier. So if a guy got a good left hook, practice a month on blocking left hooks. That's what a lot of trainers and boxers not doing today, I don't think. They're not looking at what the positive thing their opponents have and trying to take it away. So that's what we did. We knew that Larry Holmes jab was his greatest asset, and we had 4 sparring partners throwing hard jabs for all that time. And that's how I think I did real good on the jab. And I was slipping good. I was really relaxed. And I was mad. I was mad because he was down to me like I was a bum or something. And that backfired. And right now I apologize to him. About 3 months ago we had an event.
I saw
and
that.
So I was the bigger man. I went over to him and I said, "Hey, Larry, you're a great champion, man. I'm telling you, you're a great warrior. And thank you for giving me the chance to fight you. And I really respect you." And all that stuff that went down, I'm apologizing. And I said, and his wife and the security guard, they was looking at me. They was like, "Oh, that's really good." So I really won. I won. I went over there and apologized to him because a lot of mouth talking back and forth. And I just felt like I should give him the credit. He is a great champion. My trainer was smart, and we maneuvered away and made him look bad. And that's what a lot of people know me from, that Larry Holmes fight and the Frank Bruno fight. So, yeah.
That 9th round of the Larry Holmes fight. Why don't you tell us, when you bopped Larry with that right hand, it looked like he was out on his feet. Take us back to that one. Let me shout out Andrew Charles, who came in here, man. And then Enoch, this wise guy, says, Tim could take a punch. That's why. No, Enoch says Tim could take a punch. That's why he lasted. Is that true, Tim?
I love you, Enoch. I love you, Enoch. Thanks for being on the show.
Definitely.
What was you saying, Bruce?
The 9th round.
The 9th round, when you bopped Larry with that right hand, bro. The place went crazy. I went crazy. What was that all about, man? Tell me about that. Tell me about that night.
Okay, I wish I had a lot more experience. It would have ended with him on the canvas. Like I said, only had 7 amateur fights. I came in this thing real fast. If I would have slowed my pace down, like my trainer told me, he said, anytime you hurt somebody, that's when you should take your time and pick your shots. So I rushed. And the results, Larry Holmes recovered, a great champion. So when you get your opponent hurt, that's when you really supposed to take your time and maneuver and really finish them off. But I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to do this on national TV. My teeth keep coming out. And I had the glue in it. You probably didn't notice it, but it's
my brother. Don't you worry about
okay.
Hey,
So
the gold professor out there, my brother, salute. And Enoch says something on here, Tim. He says, Dean,
I love that brother.
I think he's talking about the Welsh Warrior. He says, Dean and I talked with Larry a month ago, and he said he's ready to knock you out. Who's this Enoch? This guy sounds
I don't know, but Dean Williams, the Welsh Warrior, is one of my best friends. Him and his wife Tanya We really nice. I just got finished talking to him. Remember, wasn't he on your show?
No, he wasn't. But the guy, I think Enoch is a guy named Brian out there, man. I think that's Brian.
That's not Brian Robinson.
That's Brian Robinson. Oh yes, it is.
He better stop playing around. That's my marketing director. That's my marketing director. He's up there playing around. That's him. So what did you talk about? What did you say now? You asked me a question.
Oh man.
Shania, go get my glue. My teeth keep coming out.
I love this show.
I'm sorry.
George, take over for me here, brother.
Hey, so Tim, you were talking about Don King and some of the dirtiness of boxing. That fight you had with Larry was a great fight, and I think it opened a lot of people's eyes as to who you were. But I was looking at.
Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
No problem.
Get them choppers cemented in, Tim.
Oh, I got to fix it in. We need Howard Cosell to do the blow by blow.
Here's
Witherspoon's got to fix it in.
I'm ready now. I'm ready.
So Tim. So I looked at your record, and I couldn't believe that one of the judges scored that fight 118 to 111 for Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
I mean, I still can't believe a judge scored a fight. I mean, he gave Larry almost every round of that fight.
I can't believe that's the first time I heard that. Okay. Wow. Well, you know how it is during that days, there was a lot of judges in the promoter's pocket. I'm not saying that Don King had him in his pocket. Maybe he was a patriot of Larry Holmes. Maybe he favored Larry Holmes, and that's the results that you got. So we got so maybe, that's the way it was. I do believe I won the fight. And if I would have had more experience, I could have knocked him out. I rushed myself. I rushed when I got him hurt. So, it was a learning process. After the fight, I was a happy guy. I said, wow, I went the distance with one of the greatest boxers during this time. Right. He didn't knock me out, and I felt that I won. And I do believe if Larry Holmes would have had a little bit more skills, he would be even greater than what he was, because all he had was a jab. And he hit you sneaky with the right hand and his heart. He had plenty of heart.
Hey, Tim, Enoch said that Larry did that to your teeth. He's talking about your teeth. Enoch said Larry did that to your teeth.
No, I'm gonna tell you what happened. I got my jaw broken trying to teach this kid, and he hit me with a left hook. I was telling him how to throw a left hook, and when I opened my mouth, he hit me. But my teeth didn't get knocked out. That teeth didn't get knocked. Oh, Bone Crusher knocked one of the. I can't remember. I can't remember about the teeth. But I had one teeth that was loose when I fought Bone Crusher the first time. And I was going to go to the dentist and get the teeth. Oh, my daughter just told me what happened. My daughter from England, Shania. She ran. Okay, this is what happened. I was in the old Passion gym in Italian Market where Sylvester Stallone made the movie. I was hitting the speed bag, and a piece of metal was loosening up at the top. So I'm looking at this metal loosening up. So I'm hitting the bag. So I stopped and tightened it up. So then I started hitting the bag. Then all of a sudden it got down real low. Said the mustang going to fall. A piece of nut fell like that and fell like that. And the bag slapped it and knocked my teeth out. Isn't that something?
Wow.
I was hitting the bag. Brrr, brrr, and then the nut fell. And the bag slapped it and knocked my teeth out. That's how my teeth got knocked out. A nut did it.
50 fights couldn't knock your teeth out.
I spit the nut. I spit the nut and the teeth in my hand.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't that something? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And Tim, Larry never wanted to rematch you. Even when you had the belts, Larry didn't want to rematch. You think
Yeah,
Larry
I
was
can
smart
understand.
enough to do
Yeah, well, there was a lot of young Turks. Me, David Bay got stopped by him, but David Bay gave him a little hard way. Carter Truth Williams. There was a young, nice crop of young heavyweights that could have took that title from him. So I heard he told Don King that he wanted easy fights. He wanted to reach Rocky Marciano's record. This is what I heard, that he complained to Don King about getting easier fights to get to that what was it, 60? Was it 60 or
50
40
49
knockouts?
and 0. He was trying to get to
Huh?
50 and 0.
50 and
Marciano
0.
was
So
49 and 0. Yeah, he was trying to get to 50 and 0.
yeah, so Larry Holmes wanted it easier, and I think that Don and him had a little beef. So Don, I think, was putting like stronger guys in, and I was one of them. I think I gave him more than he could handle, and I think Call the Truth did too. By the way, guys, I don't have no problems with Don King. It was a learning process. I know that I used to talk about him all the time, and I'm no longer angry because I want to go on with my life and enjoy my kids. I got 14 grandkids. I got 5 girls and 1 son. And I don't want my life to go down the hill thinking about Don King all the time. So I let it go.
Good for you.
Go, and I just want to enjoy with my kids. I got my little daughter here. She makes me happy, my family, and I'm not going to let him bring me down. So I don't really. I'll do this podcast, but I'm moving on with my life, and I will talk to you guys about my experience. Huh?
No more Don King. No more Don King.
We can't look, guys. Don't let nobody bring you down. I don't care what it is. That's what I found out about myself. Don't let nobody bring you down, especially if you got kids that love you and they want to see you. They want to see you happy all the time. I stop. It's over. I don't want to talk. If we're going to talk about them on the show,
nobody lives in your head rent free, Tim. Nobody.
Well, I'm just saying. I'll talk about them on the show. I talk about them, but I'm just letting you know that it's over and I'm moving on. So we talking about my experience with him and experience with me experiencing certain things in boxing, and I'm gonna let you know. But every day I get up, I don't think about him. Every day I used to be angry, and then we had a lawsuit against him. I had, we went over, I fought Bruno. He got $1.4 million and I went home with 90,000 and I knocked him out. I was bitter. I was upset, but now he got to live with the way he did, and people love me because I don't dislike anybody, and I'm moving on. I'm doing podcasts with you guys. I'm having fun, and my kids is more important than running the streets. I ain't been in the club. I haven't been in the club in like 12 years. No, I haven't been to no club or nothing. Or a bar. I haven't been to no bars.
My brother, the Gold Professor, wants to ask you, are you still training and working out? I know the answer.
Yeah, just came from the gym. Go ahead, finish telling him talking, and then I'll let you know.
No, go ahead, bro. He wants to know.
Okay, I just came from the gym. That's where I was. Hold up, let me put this. I'm trying to hold on, guys. Hold on.
He's going back to the fix it, Dan.
Subscribe to his channel. Tim Witherspoon has a channel.
This is
okay. I just came from the gym. When y'all see me tune in, I was coming from Johan's gym. And I've been working. I ran 30 minutes on the treadmill. I hit the heavy bag 2 rounds. I did the ropes 2 rounds, 3 minutes with these big ropes, and then I was like giving some knowledge to these 2 young boxers at Johan's gym. So, and then my daughter, she was there. I support her. She wanted to box, but I really don't care about her boxing. So I just, when I tuned in, I was just coming in from the gym and everything.
So
Hey,
Tim, it's great that you put, all the anger and everything you had with Don King behind. Adrian Broner just pulled out of a fight. He said because of mental health issues, and other fighters have done the same thing. When you fought, that was an unheard of thing. Fighters didn't pull out because of those reasons. Do you think that that's a good thing now that in boxing, which is such a tough tough sport that fighters are acknowledging that mental health is a real thing?
That's a good question.
I can't understand that that a mental situation, unless he's not living a proper life, how can that? Is it? And you mean is the boxing messing with his head, or is everyday life when you go home is messing with his head? Because maybe he's not living right. Mentally, I just started hearing about that stuff in these.
Oh,
Oh man.
Tim slipped off for a sec. He'll be back. He'll be
I
back.
think Adrian Broner got him yanked off because he. But that was
Hey,
unheard of.
While he's out, let me shout out who's in here, man. Let me Slugger Sam the man, my bro, Slugger Sam. Thank you for coming by, my man. Saki, salute to you, bro. I think I've seen you in here before. If not, thank you for coming by, bro. That damn Enoch. He'll be up in Rhode Island soon, and he can only bring them to him. See, Brian's Tim's business coordinator.
That's awesome.
He was at my house a couple of weeks ago with his son digging clams. We were talking to Tim on the phone. It was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's only 2 people I've met in the flesh. I feel like I met you all really in the flesh. You know, you're all my family, bro. But these are 2 guys that I actually touched flesh with, man.
Yeah.
Mad Chad and Brian Robinson. And Tim's going to be there the next time because I want to get him digging some of them clams, bro. I want to see that giant out there in the mud. We'll have a blast over there. But man, you know, he stopped out. Let me see if anybody else came in here, man. My brother, the Gold Professor, if he still trains or works out. Yep, we just asked him that one. I'm sorry, I'm a little behind in the comments here. Andrew Charles, my brother. Con Shawnery, yeah, that's not a question. That's a statement. Let's see here. Bone Crusher, yep. Appreciate it, man. No, this is a great chat, man. Let's hope Tim didn't get up. Oh, here he comes. He's back again, man. He's back. Oh, damn. We're sorry. No, thank you.
All right, everything good?
Everything.
Got your back.
I'm sorry. The phone, my phone went dead. What was we talking about?
We're talking about Adrian Broner, how he pulled out of a fight for mental health reasons, and that didn't happen back when you fought.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Is he living a proper life? I'm kind of strong in terms of mental and stuff. Everybody has got a weakness, I think, to a certain level. Now maybe that's a good excuse to pull out of a fight. Maybe it's serious. It's true. I don't see how they could. I don't see mental illness. Is that a tool now that you can use to maneuver to certain things, or it may be the truth? I don't know. That's the first time I'm hearing about mental illness, like in terms of like getting ready for fights and like well preparing for a fight or even accepting the fight. Now he pulled out because he had mental illness, right? Hey,
yeah,
if it's true, it's true.
I think there's substance abuse involved there too, because I believe he checked in for alcohol rehabilitation, and within the last so
yeah, that's the only way I can see.
Mental illness and substance abuse, that's a deadly combination. But the sad thing about it is it's the buzzword right now, and a lot of unscrupulous people are going to use that word to try to pass on different things going on. But man, all right, man. Nick M's Classic Boxing, Tim. He still remembers your comment on his channel with your win over Quick Tillis, man. He wants to thank you for coming by. He's got a great channel. I go on
Quick Tillis.
I'm up there. Tell us about that James Quick Tillis. That fight, man.
Okay. So I got my jaw broken and Ali's camp. Okay, what happened was I told you about me getting my jaw cracked, right? Lightning Bob Smith was a light heavyweight, up and coming, and he was from Philly, and I was like his mentor. Slim was training him, and we spar sometimes, but he was a young guy. He had 3 amateur fights. He passed away, but we was in the camp, and I was showing him how to throw a proper left hook. And when I opened my mouth to tell him, he hit me with a left hook and broke my jaw. He cracked it. He cracked it. So yeah, so we went down to the doctors, and no, this is what happened. So we was boxing, and he hit me, boom, and I heard this hollow noise in my ear for like a minute. It kept going like ooh, like that, and I was like, kept boxing, and I said, no, something wrong, and I stopped, and I said, Slim, something wrong with my jaw. So I was doing like this, it was hurting, and he said, all right, take it off. He said, take the stuff off, let's go. So we went down to the doctors down the road. They found that I had a cracked jaw. I had a cracked jaw. Lightning Bob hit me with the left hook because I was telling him how to twist and throw it. So that happened at Muhammad Ali's camp, and I was training. I forgot what fight I was training. Oh, I was training for I forgot, but I think I was training for Larry Holmes. No, I wasn't training. I was training for a big fight, and then I was laid off for a year. That's when I fought Larry. Yeah, I was training for. I forgot who I was going to fight, and when he hit me, he cracked the jaw, and that was a funny experience too. Get my jaw cracked. They had my mouth wired and everything. They had my mouth wired.
Did you fight with a broken jaw?
No, we laid off all that time. I was training and everything, and my jaw was wired up. It just so happened I had that teeth that got knocked out. I was sticking food in there. I was crushing it up and sticking food in that little gap right there. Remember when I told you the nut knocked my teeth out?
Uh-huh.
Remember I told you? Well,
yeah, the speed pad. Yep.
Yeah, well, I was able to stick food through that crack. I had a little crack here. Yeah, that was really cool, man. There was a crack from that teeth that got knocked out, and I used to chop the food up and stick it in there and move it around with my tongue. That was really cool, man.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't pay to change my career. I wouldn't pay to do it a different way. I would keep it just like it is now. I'm serious.
I mean, how many fighters out there have won the heavyweight championship twice, let alone once, twice, the WBA and the WBC, when they were basically the only show in town? I mean, bro.
The real Rocky, man. Yeah.
I'm the real two-time heavyweight champ. I was with Sylvester Stallone and Michael Hasselhoff in Vegas, too. They invited me to, I think it was Rocky. I don't know what Rocky won, 3 or 4, whatever it was. And I was there with them, man. Let me tell you real quick. We went up into the hotel room. They had everything in there. Michael Hasselhoff was there, Sylvester Stallone, other stars. They had Three's a Company. What's those? Not Three's a Company. What's the girl? It was Arnold Willis and the white girl. Arnold Willis.
Oh yeah,
they was there.
The sister. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they was there, and it was cool. They was like, Tim, and Willis was all asking me questions. I was like, man, this is really cool. Yep, and we was up there drinking and having fun. Then we walked the red carpet. That was beautiful. It was in Las Vegas.
Certified rock star. Go ahead.
Hey, Tim, I'm real good friends with your son, man. I heard he has a celebrity fight coming up. I'm good friends with Junior. He's been on my show. I talk to him all the time. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm a big fan. I had another question for you. Did you ever run into my uncle? He boxed in the 80s, Bobby Chacon. He had some issues.
I met him a couple of times.
Yeah, there he is right there.
Bobby was a great boxer, man. Bobby Chacon.
My mom's brother, yeah. So if you had any memories of him, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, Bobby Chacon he put on some good fights. What was one of his big fights? He was Bobby Chacon, and who else was that other? I think it was another Latino brother.
Boza Edwards.
Boza Edwards.
83. Yeah, 82 was Bazooka, and 83 was Boza Edwards. Yeah.
I remember Bobby Chacon. So you his nephew.
Yeah, I'm his nephew,
It's a
man.
pleasure to meet
I've
you,
been following
man.
you. I follow you on your Patreon. I think my card got declined. I got to renew it, man. So you can send me my postcard, man, signed. But I follow you, man. I
Uh-oh.
like your
Hey, his
I like your
card got
training videos.
declined.
Yeah, I just checked it today. I looked at my Patreon. I see you on YouTube. I follow your sports doctor. I see your
I
sports doctor
appreciate it.
working on it. Yeah, man. I'm a follower of you. But
Thank
yeah, I got to
you.
get back on the
Listen,
Patreon. I'm checking it today, but
listen, we had some trouble with the channel. That's why we laid off. And my main interest is to like send messages out to boxers that want to start training, want to be in the boxing, retired
right,
boxers. I went through a whole lot of stuff. I don't think I know everything, but I have been through a lot of things. And
right,
God blessed me with receiving the skills that Slim Robinson taught me these skills. And like Anthony Joshua, I reached out to him. I reached out to Deontay Wilder, even Tyson Fury. And I could give them these couple of things that they need to really feel comfortable in their fights and win the fights without worrying and sweating. The defense and the offense. You know, you need both of them. You know what I'm saying? And these heavyweights, they're right in that category. I can help. I could listen. Anthony Joshua, he wouldn't have lost to Yusuf.
right.
And Deontay Wilder, all he has is the right hand. All he got to do is strengthen his jab up, make sure his jab is as good as his right hand, and defense. He would have never lost no fight. He would still be undefeated. But the managers and the promoters, I don't know. They're not like the ones back in the day. Don King would get rid of you if you wasn't doing the right thing. I do give him in that. Mark Stewart, my first trainer, my first manager, if you wasn't doing it right, you was out of there. Or they kept you there as part of the team and not get rid of you. But I really appreciate me being Slim being my trainer because I have a lot of knowledge. But there's a lot of boxers and trainers and management. They don't want guys like me to get involved. They want to make that money, man. There's hereditary, there's history and stuff to be made, and they stopped Joshua from his legacy. They stopped Deontay Wilder could have still been undefeated. Tyson Fury's doing real good, so these are some of the things. And I'm looking at TV and I said, all he got to do is keep his D tight, good jab, and throw that right hand, and he's going to win every fight. But they want to call guys like me because I'm loyal to the boxers. They think I might say something negative, something that might cause the boxer to cause them trouble. But I'm not like that. I will tell the boxers other stuff, the experience I went through. I got ripped off and this and that. 1/3, 2/3. You should get that. Everybody should pay for the boxer. So in other words, if you get $1 million, take out all expenses, then everybody get their cut. Don't let the boxer pay, and don't let the manager pay. Let it come off the top. If there's $1 million in expenses, the airplane flights, the hotels, the food, take all that off, then cut the money up. In the past, one or the other paid for it. So when everybody paid for it, you feel like a team effort. And that's what I learned. But there's a lot of trainers, a lot of boxers, they paying for some, and the manager paid for some. They doing 1/3, 2/3. So there's a lot of stuff like that. I think they don't want me around the boxers because, I'll tell them stuff like that. I got bonuses. Dennis Rappaport gave me some big time bonuses. Jerry Cooney's manager and promoter.
Yep.
He gave me 100,000. Then he gave me 50. I was like, okay. So that's one of the reasons why I think that some of the guys won't let me get involved. But I could have really helped Anthony Joshua out. I could have helped Deontay. Well, I was in England with Anthony Joshua at different events. He's a really nice guy. He had nobody in his corner, really.
Tim, what do you think about his fight this week? The Joshua Usyk rematch and the fact that Joshua's got Robert Garcia in his corner now.
Well, I'm just saying a lot of trainers win because their fighters win. You know what I'm saying? I hate to talk bad about. I love Manuel Stewart, but my trainer Slim Robinson, when he was with Manuel Stewart, came around. Emmanuel gave my trainer so much respect, and I was like confused. I said, here's a trainer that's got a top boxer. Tommy was all offense, but he had the worst defense. When you find a trainer that says your best defense is your offense, he don't know how to teach you defense. So when I seen Emmanuel Stewart and my trainer interact and talk, I seen him giving my trainer a lot of respect, and I was like, I stepped back and I was like, whoa, Tommy needed defense. He needed how to slip. If you watch Tommy, I love him. And I love him, man. But if you watch Tommy, he don't have no defense. He's all offense. And he was good at it. He'll get you out of here. So what? I'm sorry. What is the question you asked? What was the question?
I was asking what you felt about the rematch coming up between Joshua and Usyk, and who do you like in that fight?
Okay. Well, I like Anthony Joshua. I like him because I spent time in England. That little girl you seen was from England. My daughter that lives with me. I went over there and got her, and she keeps me out of trouble now. Even though I wasn't in no trouble, I got to cook for her, clean for her, make sure she go to school, do schoolwork. So and you talking about Garcia. His father is winning because he's winning. And I'm not taking nothing from him. The boxer, the trainer is winning because the boxer, because I don't really know too much about him, and I don't want to talk negative about him, but I know definitely that I can help him, that I can really help him. So Garcia, when he wins, his dad wins. Whoever his dad wins. And the guys from England, they watch TV and see the guys winning and don't really realize that there's talent on the East Coast of Philadelphia. There's a lot of good trainers up there. Because they see Garcia winning, they think that his father could get Anthony Joshua, who's a heavyweight, to win. It don't go like that. I hope Anthony does good and win, but Garcia's dad is training a smaller guy, which is nothing wrong with that. You could train big guys and small guys if you got the skills. But he's been training this small Garcia, and heavyweights ain't supposed to be bouncing around. Ali was the only one dancing. He was a showman. Heavyweights are supposed to stand their ground, slip, have good defense, keep your hands up, good jab, move a little bit, but not bounce around like a welterweight or something like that. If you can do that for 10, 12 rounds, that's good. But they saw television, saw Garcia winning, they saw the advertisement, they saw how big it was, so they sent Anthony to the West Coast. It could be a big mistake. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not jealous or nothing like that, but I'm kind of like, I know about this. They sending him because Garcia is winning. That's all. Oh, Garcia's on TV. He's winning. Blah, blah, blah. They need Anthony Joshua to stand his ground, slip, stand his ground, block punches, and get Usyk out of there. Show him how to fight a southpaw. So I don't know if his dad's showing Anthony Joshua all this movement stuff, moving around like a small welterweight. I don't think it's going to work in his behalf, because when he was in England and Robert McCracken was telling him hit and don't be hit, I started to cry. Bouncing around, you a heavyweight. This guy's smaller than you. Stand your grounds, tight defense, slip his punches. I know he's a southpaw. I know how to teach southpaw too. Put pressure on him. Made him look bad. Bouncing around like that. I called some of my family in England, and I was like, I feel bad for Anthony. I was at several events with him, and they trying to keep me away. I try to send people to get my message. Say, look, you don't even have to pay me. Let me come help you. I would help me. Maybe I was coming down in the train station in England, in London, Anthony helped me put the carriage on, and we for a train ride. He don't deserve it. He need more experience, management, promotion. Well, and knowing sparring partners and getting a guy, a trainer, they don't know. No, they don't know. But in my era, my manager and even Don King, if he didn't like that, he got you out of there. But these promoters need to watch TV.
So who wins this fight, Usyk or Joshua? Did you? I think Tim froze up on us.
I think he got frozen out.
Oh,
G5.
he'll come back. G5, salute my brother.
GWT.
And shout out to Tyrone out there who came in, man. Marion G, been here, man. Thank you guys for coming here,
Salute,
man.
my brother. Salute.
I think we
What's
got
up,
a
G5?
fantastic interview here, man. And I think he's back again. Let's see if we're connected over here. We still don't have a good connection here. No, we'll try it again. G5, welcome to the building, my brother.
Yeah.
We got
What's going on, Brucey, my brother? What's going on?
You're clear.
Joe, what's going on?
I'm
What's up,
pumping
G5?
some good stuff, bro. George is running the show here, man. I got Skywalker in here. We got the fucking legendary Tim Witherspoon taking his fucking teeth out for us, bro. I mean, this guy is doing shit on here. This is one of the best shows I've ever had in my life, man. This is grassroots down home. I hope Tim comes back because every time he comes on, he's telling us more and more jewels, man, more and more gems.
Somebody in the chat wrote before that this is boxing gold. Like just hearing him talk and name drop, like he brought up Matthew Saad Muhammad and then he sparred with him. Like we haven't even talked about that yet. I mean, his stories, he's a Philly fighter, like those Philly gym wars.
I don't want to cut him off. I don't want to stop him.
No, you just let him go. Wherever he goes, you just follow. You just follow.
You answer one question, and it leads off into many other things, and you find out a whole bunch. You just sit there.
Right.
It's like y'all still there? You're like, yeah, we're still here. Keep going.
I'm trying to think of questions I want to ask him, but there's no break in it. And then when there's a lull, I'll forget the fucking question I had in my head. But he's just going on. I mean, my brother. Salute.
Con Shawnery said, where he said he's really letting his hair down and taking his teeth out. He's doing it all.
Device is not connected. Tim, we're almost here, brother. He's trying to get in. He's trying to sneak in the back door. I think he might be in on this one. Let's see if he's in here now. There he is.
Sorry.
No,
I'm
dude,
sorry.
no problem.
Was I talking too much?
No,
come on.
This is
I wasn't talking too much.
Party I had better than my birthday party. This is the greatest night of my life, Tim Witherspoon. Thank you, my brother.
I'm sorry if I was talking too much.
No, you're good, man.
Not at all.
I'm sorry,
Hey,
but let me end it real quick. Let me end it real quick. Let me end it real quick. I do believe that whoever was giving them information wasn't giving them right information, because there's a lot of good trainers on the West Coast.
It's that internet, the curse of the internet.
Tim, you got to get closer to the Dunkin' Donuts. You're in the McDonald's. McDonald's closes at 8:00 now. We told you that. That Wi-Fi is tricky. Mad Chad's the expert at stealing Wi-Fi around here, man.
Tim Witherspoon. You know, he fought for 24 years, had over 60 fights, two-time heavyweight champion. He fought everyone from Larry Holmes to Andrew Galata. Like when you look at his record and you see the guys he fought the best out of the 80s from the 90s.
Yeah.
He was everywhere, man.
Yeah. Tim, man, I told him the first time I met him, I says, bro, when I was growing, I was already grown up. I was already divorced and everything else. 1986, when he fought Frank Bruno, I was living with a woman from England, and she knew Frank Bruno, and her dad was a boxing fan, and she would call him, and it would cost $1 a minute back then. And that night, when Tim Witherspoon knocked out Frank Bruno, I was so happy, and I was Sky, and Tim is my boy, man. I'm just and bro, and the sensational. Maybe when he comes back, we'll pull that fight up and play that. I think he just came in now, man. Mr. Mechanical, my brother Oscar Prince, man. Thank you for coming
Mr.
by.
Mechanical.
Mr. Mechanical.
Mr. Mechanical, salute.
Almost like Mr. Skywalker. I can't call him. There's so many Tims around here now. It's almost like I don't want to.
Man, I'm getting confused here. I'm a Tim, and I'm just like, damn, are they talking to me? Earlier, you were introducing Tim. I thought you were bringing up my uncle at first, bro. Like two-time. My uncle's a two-time champ too, so I'm like, like, hey, bro.
Hey, it is what it is. You know, you got to take your parents and say, damn, why didn't you name me like a Miracle or you know what I mean?
Right.
Tim.
You just call me Skywalker. I'm cool with Skywalker on here. I'm cool.
I said them. Yeah, that's a cool name, bro. Hey,
yeah, the OG gave it to me. You know, I've been donned the name by the YouTube boxing community.
There we go. One more time. Let's give it a shot.
I'm just going to keep my hand like this so I don't move it. So, yeah, I think I moved my hand. Yeah, I'm just going to keep still. But today's teams, you know, they look at television and Hollywood, and they, you know, there's some guys out there can really train. I'm one of them, you know, but I don't know. Let's wait and see what happens. But that shows you the knowledge of the promoter and manager of Anthony Joshua. You know, that just shows you he's just looking at, oh, here's Garcia, his son is winning. But they're not really looking at where they could really find. So Anthony Joshua will end his legacy in a more positive way. So let's hope he win. I just want to say that when I first started training, I sparred a Southpaw Randy Mack for almost a whole year. And my trainer Slim taught me how to fight Southpaws. You got to put pressure on them. You can't bounce around like a welterweight. You got to put pressure on them. You got to drill the right hand. Keep drilling the right hand so you can hit them with the left hook, or throw the left hook a lot so you can drill them with the right hand. And you got to get around their lead hand. When they throw that right hand up, you got to get on the outside of that and move in. I can't show you, but that's what you're supposed to do. And I learned that from sparring with Randy Mack for all that time.
Shout out to my brother Scotty.
So
that sport teachers out there too, man. Shout out to these guys. Tim, the question I wanted to ask you was, who do you think is going to win this fight, Joshua or Ugas?
I really don't know. Listen, I'm not taking nothing from Youssef, but I don't really see nothing. Youssef, I don't really see nothing magnificent about him. He's a really nice guy, I guess. I don't see what's so hard about him. Maybe that's because the knowledge that I'm not thinking I'm the best in the world, but I don't see nothing really extravagant. Is that really great about him? He's a good boxer, got plenty of heart. He's representing his country. I respect all that. I don't really see nothing devastating about Youssef. And Joshua was bouncing around, hitting, don't be hit, made him look better than what he is. So I like him. I love both of those guys. They got out in the ring, put their life on the line, but the skills just not there. Look, I'm gonna tell you this, and then you can ask me the next question. When I look at these guys boxing, I'll be like, waiting for some skills, Youssef moves around and does all that stuff, but I'm waiting for some really hot stuff to jump off. I didn't see Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. I didn't see Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. I didn't see the fights like that. I just saw basic fights that when the bell rung, I just was like, well, this basic stuff. But people that represent them are really happy and really, oh, they good. That was good. But me as a former heavyweight champ, and I've been around a lot of the greats, I've been around the greats and guys that show you good stuff. I just really, it was boring to me. Yeah, I'm serious. It was boring.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't really get excited over the fight. But people that love Joshua, love Usyk, they were more excited. I wanted to see more skills, more devastating punches, more digging in, taking chances, letting everybody see a really good fight. I didn't really see a good fight. And I don't know, they could criticize me or say what they want to say, but they could have did more than what they did. Anthony
All right,
Joshua should never hit and
Tim.
don't be hit. Yes.
Tim, you're talking about these current
Yes,
boxers
yes.
nowadays. Take yourself in a primed Tim Witherspoon at the prime of your career. If you could put yourself in today's heavyweight game, what would you do to these guys, to Wilder, to Joshua, to Usyk? If you could match up against them, how do you think those fights would turn out?
I would love to fight Wilder. I would love to fight him.
Ooh.
All you have to do is worry about his right hand. Like I said, we trained to block Larry Holmes' jab. That was his strength. We know in your brain, Wilder hit you with that right hand. So I would practice for a whole month blocking right hands, and the fight is won. The fight is won. All you gotta do is block that right hand. The fight is. Now you said another name.
Joshua,
Did you say
Usyk,
another name?
I said, how would you do against any of these guys? You said Wilder.
Now
How
Usyk
would you
is
do
in good
against
shape.
Joshua?
Usyk is. Anthony Joshua, he throws. You just got to worry about getting hit from a punch that you can't see from him throwing punches. To me, he just throws punches like an amateur. He doesn't picture me as a professional, relax. He just throw a lot of amateur punches. And he was trained by an amateur, Robert McCracken, an amateur coach. So you can really see it when he fight. Mm-hmm. I don't see no real professional stuff, but his physical body, his big size, you probably won't really realize, that he don't have these skills because he's throwing. You see his muscles, but a guy like me sees that. The worst thing they could have did was stupid, hit and don't be hit. A big heavyweight like Anthony Joshua, stand your ground, take defense, slip a little here, slip a little there, put the pressure on him. If he move a lot, you're supposed to go to his body. Listen, I want to say real quick, Mike the Bounty Hunter was one of the most, if you know who Mike the Bounty Hunter was,
Yep.
He got shot and killed, I think. Nobody could hit him. So we was in camp together. He was my sparring partner, Bert Cooper, Jamil McCline. They was my sparring partner. And my trainer showed me how to get the bounty hunter. And you know what you do? Guys that move around like that, you don't worry about their head. You go to their body. Hit him on the body. I don't care what it is. If his arms, hit his arms. Hit his elbows. Go to the body. Don't try to hit him in his head because he's moving all the time. The body is real big. So if I was Anthony Joshua, I would be going to the body and keeping my defense tight so I don't get countered. I would be drilling to his body, and Usyk is going to forget about his head. You got 12 rounds. Go hard to his body, chop a lot of wood, hit the hammer, chop a lot of wood, spar, but go to the body. And then just teach him how to stay on the outside of Usyk's lead jab. Stay on the outside so you don't get hit with the straight left hand.
And Tim, what about Tyson?
Tight.
What about Tyson Fury? He's 6'9". You know, what about him? You and him matching up stylistically?
That to me, I would like to do that. If I was in shape, I would like to fight him too. He moves around. He doesn't. To me, he has different movement. He moves around. He throws punches. He's big. If he hits you, that to me, in good shape, that would be an easy fight too. I love him. I was in England with him and his father, me and my daughter. We spent time with the Gypsies up in Manchester. And you don't want to mess with those Gypsy women. I'm gonna tell you that. they fight worse than the guys. So I like Tyson Perry. I like his I like the way he just presents himself. He's got plenty of heart. He's a true gypsy. He's a true warrior. He is. He is. And it's a tribal thing. It's a tribal thing with him. He's the leader. He's the prince. His dad is the king. Now he could be the king. His dad is the leader of the household, but that's the mentality of the gypsy people. I was with them. I hung out with them. His cousins, me and my daughter was with them, and he's got plenty of heart. Now I know he went down on the canvas a couple of times. I don't know about his chin, but I do give him respect by being tough. He don't care who you are. He'll fight you. And the way he speak at the press conferences, but I do question his skills, even though there's really nobody around for him to fight. The majority of the opponents that fought Joshua, Wilder, Tyson Fury wouldn't get okay to fight me and Tyson and guys in our era. They turned guys, they wouldn't even let me fight some of the guys that fought some of these guys. So I would say 35 or maybe 40 maybe most of the guys that Wilder fought, the commission wouldn't okay me to fight them. They wouldn't okay me to fight them. So he got the 40 and no, whatever it was. He got there. But the majority of his boxers, they wouldn't okay me and Ray Mercer and a couple of the other guys to fight. That's the thing that people don't know. He fought guys that the commission that I had, they wouldn't even let me fight them. They wouldn't let me fight the guys that he fought. So he's 40 and 0, whatever, 39 and 0. But the majority of his opponents wouldn't get okay to fight me in a real fight. And people just don't know that. Yeah.
I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you one question about why you never fought Iron Mike Tyson.
Okay. I don't really know, but Tyson is a true warrior. You can't take it from him. He would have fought me. He would have fought Godzilla. He would have fought King Kong. But his management was the ones that didn't want to fight me at that time. That shows you the skills that I had and everything. I heard that Caton and them didn't want to fight me. Tyson didn't care. I felt really good when that happened. I was like, wow. But then I knew Tyson didn't give a shit. Excuse my language. Tyson would have fought me, but his management turned me down. Cates and his management didn't want to fight me, and his own record that they didn't want to fight me. But Tyson would have fought me anywhere. That really lifted me when I found out that his management didn't want to fight me.
Because you were one of the only heavyweights in that era that Tyson didn't fight, and there was prime time after you lost to Pinklin Thomas. I was figuring for sure HBO was going to make that fight, but it never happened.
Well, the Pinklin Thomas fight, I knew that Don. See, I was letting everybody know that Don King was ripping me off, and I knew win or lose, not win or lose, but I knew that Don King wasn't going to let me win that fight because I was letting the papers know. I was letting, and you know what? I was so nervous. I was like, not nervous. I took this stuff. I'm not making excuses. I took this stuff that's supposed to give you energy. But afterwards, when I read it, it said if you take too much, it'll make you sluggish. It'll make you like that. So I took this stuff that's going to give me some energy. I trained real hard. I was 216 pounds. And me and Pinklin went out and back and forth. We had the show outside the ring. We was really promoting the fight, like getting mad at each other. And he wanted to fight with a jab. He wanted to fight. When you look at the fight, he wanted with a jab. But my mind wasn't on the fight. My mind was like I knew he was going to win because if I didn't knock him out, he was going to win. And I knew that because I was telling the world about Don King ripping me off. So I had a lot of things against me in the Pinklin Thomas fight. And I think I did really good. but I knew that I was gonna lose if I didn't knock him out. So
Man.
I just went through the motions. I went through the motions. My mind wasn't really on the fight. I was just waiting for the fight to end. I'm not making no excuses. Just like the Bone Crusher second fight, it was the same thing. I threw the fight. I told my corner that because I was supposed to fight Tony Tubbs, I smoked marijuana. I got in trouble, and I had to give Tony Tubbs a rematch. Tony Tubbs pulled out of the fight. Up until the day I didn't ask Tony if they paid him to back out or anything, and I'm going to call him and ask him when I get a chance. Really, did he hurt his shoulder? They put Bone Crusher in. I told Don King, I said, Don, I already fought Bone Crusher. I shut him out. Why are you putting him in? My obligation is to fight Tony Tubbs, but his real interest is with Tyson. He didn't care about me, Tubbs, or nobody. And when I found that out, I was like, damn, he don't care about me. He don't care about Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher forwarded him next. So when I knew that Don King was trying to get Tyson, I was telling everybody, I said, man, he don't care about us, you know. So, but at that fight, the fight wasn't supposed to go off. So it was like 7 days, and you know, and I did the thing a man would do. You know, you got your girlfriend around. I didn't think the fight. Then they called the fight back on. I said, oh God, I messed around. I mean, you know, so I told my people, I said, look, Don King don't want me to win anyway. I'm gonna take it. He want Bone Crusher to win because he's trying to get Tyson. Real quick, we was in training camp. He got everybody together. He pulled up in a car. I got everybody together and said, look, Mitch Green was there, everybody. He said, look, there's this new boxer coming out, and his name is Mike Tyson. Y'all better get your asses in shape. This is what Don King told us. He got us all together. It was like 30 people out in the campground, and we were talking, and we didn't even pay him no mind. We was like, who gives a shit? Who is this Tyson? Then when we seen him fight, everybody's like, oh shit. You know, so I knew that Don King was trying to get, I'm sorry, I didn't put my face in the camera. I knew that Don King was trying to get Tyson, and he didn't care about us. But I wasn't going to fight Bone Crusher a second time, knowing that I was going to lose anyway. So I got my guys together. I said, look, man, I'm not fighting him. He's a hard puncher. I'm not in shape. They turned the fight. The fight was taken off, and then they put the fight back on. Then they kept sending people to my hotel room to try to make me fight, or else I'm going to get suspended. They put a lot of pressure, man. This is it. Then I went and talked to lawyers. I got lawyers together. I took a dive. I feel bad for Bone Crusher, but I went and got lawyers. Well, I would like to say that, but yeah, I am the champ. But our lawyers, they said they was putting together a team so we could sue Don, and I told my corner, I said, look, man, I'm not going in no 12 rounds with him. He's a hard puncher. I ain't been training. So if you look at it, the first fight, and look at the second fight, I said, look, I'm going down. I made sure it was a 3 knockdown rule. And if you can see, I didn't put no extra effort to it, but I had to make it look good. And I did make it look good. And the best thing that happened in that fight, I got the teeth knocked out. My brother picked it up and gave it to me. That was the best thing that happened to me in that fight. When Bone Crusher hit me, he knocked that. I had a teeth in the front that was loose. I was going to go to the dentist and get it taken out. And they said the medicine that they would give you will make you sluggish. If they give you that medicine in your mouth to numb it, it might make you sluggish, Tim. And so that teeth getting pulled out was the best thing that happened to me at that fight. And then I left Don King. That was the most best thing in my life that could have happened to me. I was free, and Bone Crusher had the title, but I knew he wasn't going to get it because I know that Don King interest was in Mike Tyson. So Bone Crusher wasn't going to win either. So I took the dive, and I feel bad for Bone Crusher. Every time I talked to him, I said, Bone, man, I took the dive, man. I'm really sorry. He said, no, man, I knocked you out. I said, okay, Bone, I'm just telling you what happened. I said, I made sure it was a 3 knockdown rule, and I left Don King. It was the best feeling in my life. And I feel bad for Bone Crusher today. I really do. I wouldn't sit on this podcast and say this to you guys. I'm serious. Swear I'm not going.
Oh no,
Don King strikes again.
we lost brother Tim again, man. And I'll tell you, he's letting out some gems over here. And I'm playing Frank Bruno in the background, the Frank Bruno fight.
Hey, Bruce, I was gonna ask Tim what happened to him when he got caught up with the weed when he did get caught. What they did to him.
Oh,
Now that's
he
legal.
comes back. I know the answer to that because I asked him that question before.
I know it too, but I want to ask him it again. You know, so maybe the others.
Sure, man, sure.
Crazy story.
Tim is such a laid back guy. This is
You-
just like me kicking back with my buddies on the couch over here, passing the bong around, man.
You know what I love? That Tim, he's I mean, he should be confident. He's a 2-time heavyweight champ. You talk to him about the fighters today, and he says, you know, I would love to fight Wilder. All he has is a right hand. I
Yep.
beat him. Usyk, I don't see much skill. Tyson Fury, that's an easy fight. I'd love to fight him. I love hearing it. I love hearing that.
You're right. D-Ray, my brother. Any talk about a Bone Crusher trilogy? I doubt that. When he comes back, we can ask him, but I doubt that because that's when he split with Don King, and he came back. He had a whole different management team, if I recall. He had Jerry Cooney's management team.
Don King tried to burn my uncle back in the day with
There's my brother.
Hector Camacho. Yeah, Hector Camacho. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
That's my man, Hector Camacho.
Yeah, my uncle had
That's
beef
my
with
man.
that's how he got stripped, man, by Jose Soliman. He didn't fight Camacho when Camacho was like kind of young and everybody wanted him to fight Boza Edwards. So they call him the people's champ. He declined the Don King offer. Yeah, and then he got stripped.
Let me tell
then
you
he
something, guys, and I love Jose Suleiman. Yeah, let me tell you guys, I love Jose Suleiman. When I took the fight with Bone Crusher, I hate to cut you off, but I just want to tell you some important stuff. I love Jose Suleiman. We would talk a lot of time, but when it came time for me to fight Bone Crusher, he put pressure on me, and I could look in his eyes and tell he didn't want to do it. So I was in Brooklyn. I was in New York getting ready for the fight, and they took turns threatening me to better fight because I wasn't going to fight. Jose Suleiman came up, Duke Durgan. They took turns trying to break me. And Jose was my good friend. Jose, he was good to me. But he had to do what Don King wanted him to do. Right. And I took the dive. Jose was one of the guys that threatened me also. And I love his son. His son is really nice. But he didn't want to do it. I could tell in his eyes. He knocked on the door, and I said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, Jose. I'm not doing it. He liked me, too. And then Duke Durgan came. The doctor came. This guy came. They tried to break me. Then I said, I'm tired of this stuff. And that's what made me make the decision. But Camacho, I was with him in Vegas real quick. I was up in North. They sent me down to Florida because they thought that I was getting the lawyer to fight against Don. Don't you know they sent me 5 miles away from the lawyer that was helping me? So I was up in Pennsylvania. They thought that the lawyer that I was going to use was in New York. So they sent me down where Camacho was. They sent me down in Fort Lauderdale down there, Palm Beach. They sent me down there, but I went hanging out with Camacho for about 2 days. I hung out with him. But my lawyer was only 5 miles away. So I was meeting up with my lawyer to trying to shape up the lawsuit stuff, the Sudan, what we was going to do. And I was with Camacho, man. That dude is cool.
Yeah.
He can't
Tim,
sit
tell
still.
us, what was it like hanging out with Camacho?
He your cousin? This guy can't sit still. I'm sitting down. As soon as I turn to look, he all the way down the street. I said, yo, where you going? I'll be back, Tim. He cannot go. But he took me to his training camp. He took me to the training camp and stuff. and I saw his training camp. I said, no, I don't want to train here. This was for the Bone Crusher fight. So we stayed at 5th and Pico. I forgot the name of the hotel, but we went down to see. Camacho took us down. I was with Hector, and we drove in cars down to his camp. I went to train there. The ring wasn't really cool, and the surroundings wasn't cool, you know. So I said, no, Hector, that was my man. I love Hector, and he respected me, and I respected him. And so we went back up to 5th and Pico. I think it was Miami Beach. I think it was Miami Beach, 5th and Pico. And that's where I met lawyers. I met Italian people. There was people coming down to talk to me. There was people threatening me down there. Different nationalities, they was threatening me. And, you know, that was it. Cosmanto would come up from Clewiston, I think it was. Yeah. I think it was Clewiston. He would come up and hang out. Then we went down there. But other than that, you know, other than that, oh, I got to look at you guys. I'm up there leaning over.
Yeah. When that
Camacho was a really good guy, and he could box his ass off. He was what?
It was a young Camacho. Nobody really knew
of him.
Sit
really. Still.
At the time, you know, nobody knew. Nobody knew he was a legend, you know. So, but
no, I knew him later on. I met him later on, not when he became the legend. I know he was up and coming. He was kicking ass, but I knew him when he was like had the big fights. That's, you know, he had the big fights and everything. That's Eddie Aliano, one of the best cutmans that ever lived.
Yeah,
remember
Eddie the Clot Aliano. Eddie the Clot.
Yeah, he was the best. Oh, he blocked the stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so you was talking about your cousin Camacho. He was really cool, man. But he couldn't sit still. Once we be sitting there talking, and if you turn your head this way, he down the next corner. I was like, what the hell? And he couldn't sit still. And when he boxed, you could. Where my French fries? Where my French fries? Shania, we on the show here.
Get them French fries.
All
hey
right,
Tim,
go ahead.
we're showing you and Frank Bruno in center ring right now, man. And it looks like you're trying to take his head off.
Yeah.
You were throwing
Frank Bruno. Yeah, he was basic. I even criticized his trainers. Not criticize them. This would happen. Like, I used to spend a lot of time in England, and I told a lot of English people, I said, Frank Bruno had my trainer and he had mine, she would have knocked me out. And all I heard was, what? Everybody was mad at me. They was mad at me because I made that, and it was the truth. Frank Bruno was just a basic jab, right hand. He wouldn't have nothing really fantastic, and he was strong. And a lot of my English family over there got really insulted when I said that about, I don't know which trainer was it that he had. I forgot the trainer. No, Joe, no. Bring that over here.
It's hot. I can't.
Yeah, I forgot his trainer.
He wasn't no Slim Jim Robinson, that's for sure.
No, he wasn't Slim Jim, but you could tell in his fighter. You could tell in how Frank Bruno moved. Frank was just he was a solid, in shape boxer. Look at his muscles. I had skills.
You got that peekaboo.
I started relaxing on him because, but listen, I had skills. I knew that he really wasn't, we was in his country, everybody screaming, shouting. He had the momentum in that terms. But all I had to do, I was trying to hit him on the chin, really, because everybody was saying he can't take a punch. So I left my game plan alone and just was trying to hit him on the chin. And then when I realized that I might have to do a little bit more than that, things started working. So he was in good shape. I was in okay shape. I gained a lot of weight. I gained maybe 4 or 5 pounds when I came over because they was trying everything. Yeah, we was in London, and they were sending women up to my room. They were they sent 12 cases of orange juice that was really fattening.
Yeah.
So I was drinking after every run. Listen, after every run, I would come in and drink some juice. So one day my trainer came up to the room and he came and said, Tim, you all right? So he looked over to the right. He said, what is that? I said, that's complimentary. They gave the juice to me. He looked at the juice. He said, that's why you look like you're getting heavy. He said, this stuff is too much sugar in it. He gave the juice to the sparring partners. And then he said, no, we moving. We moved out that hotel to I think a place called Clewiston. Not Clewiston. It was in the where the fight was. And we moved there, and they even was sending women to my room and everything before the fight. And so I think if Bruno would have had my trainer and I had his, he would have had a much better chance. I'm not taking nothing against his trainers. Yes, sir.
So you said they were sending women to your room. Now, were you opening the door when they were knocking on your door?
Yes. And they were saying hi. It happened twice. And then my trainer said, we getting the hell out of here.
If not for your
He said, we getting the hell out of here. They gave us a shitty gym. Yeah, they gave us a shitty gym, everything. And then we went to Clewiston. Not Clewiston. We went to somewhere. Oh, no. It was where my kids. Where's that place out there in England?
man.
Basilton.
We get English people out in the chat room.
My door. Basilton. It was a place called Basilton. No, Basilton.
Basilton. I got
Man, we had fun. The UK is my second family.
Now I heard you do one.
I know a lot of people.
You mentioned how you had a tough time getting out of this fight alive, bro. Didn't Muhammad Ali save you in this fight?
Yes. Okay, before the fight, we had our hands wrapped. We was wrapping our hands. There's a big door right next to our dressing room. So after the fight, the fans were mad. They were trying to break the door down. They were getting big stuff, trying to ram the door down. The door had to be like 30 feet high and wide. So the door was coming. Look, the door was breaking through. It was breaking through. I would say it was about a good 2,000 people. And they was ramming the door. Bam, bam. So Ali was down there. Muhammad Ali was there. So we was getting ready to defend ourselves. We was getting all kind of weapons, and because they was getting closer and closer. Ali said, get back. He said, no, champ. Keep breaking the door. They're going to try to hurt us. He said, open the door. And security, he's telling the security wouldn't do it. He said, open the door. So they opened the door. They lifted there was a long, big piece of wood. They lifted up. Ali stepped out there. They stopped.
Wow.
They stopped. That's how powerful he was. They stopped. I was like, he said, leave. He said, the fight is over. He said, Witherspoon won. He said, don't start no trouble. Don't you know all the people walked away? Somebody could have got killed. Man. Somebody could have got really seriously hurt.
What a great story.
That's the greatest of all times. He's the greatest of all time. He made the security open that door, and he stopped the fans from coming in. He saved our lives. Man. Or else we would have killed somebody, one of us would have got killed. That's the truth.
HBO cameras, George.
Where was the cameras?
Me, they were gone. There were no HBO cameras around for that.
Oh,
but
George.
That is a great Ali story.
Was you over there, George?
I was a kid then. I wasn't with HBO until the early 2000s. But I watched that fight on HBO. I was like 16 years old, and I watched you knock Frank Bruno out.
Hey, shout out to Greg Tom, man. Punching Bag Skunk is in here, man. Sell out.
Okay. Yeah, give a shout out to him from me.
For sure, bro. He's listening.
Okay. Yeah, Greg is a good guy.
Picasso.
You know, we get in we get into stuff. We'll talk about that later, but we okay. Everything all right. So
as it should be.
So yes, they did. Yep. So
You're
I knew
jabbing
that Bruno.
away.
I was just trying to hit him on the chin because everybody said he was chinny. That's the term in England they use, chinny. When you got your chin, yeah, they say chinny. So I was just trying to. I left my plan alone. And just try to hit him. See me just trying to ease in to hit him. I did have a plan in the beginning. Jab with him, try to hit him with the overhand right, go to the body, keep my defense tight. But I went away from that and just tried to hit him on the chin, and it wasn't working. It wasn't working because he had all the people behind him, and he wanted to definitely win that fight. I know. I mean, French
challenge. Yeah, I mean, he was the A side. You were the belt, and once again, this guy's the A side, making the big money, hometown advantage. Bro, I'm not gonna say his name again. Somebody wasn't looking after him.
I was supposed to get more than him. Huh?
But
I was supposed to get more than him. I was the champ.
And I was the champ. How much of that 90,000 did you take home in your pocket?
Well, I paid everybody. Okay, this was the deal. I got $500,000. Debbie King got half of that. He took out all the expenses. I was left with 95,000, and I said I gotta pay everybody. We worked hard. I went home with like about, I would say 60, 70,000. I made sure everybody got paid. Everybody thought I was lying.
From a $500,000.
They said, no, come on now. Yeah, $500,000. Frank, I knocked him out, and he got $1 million. He got $1.4 million. Excuse me. Yeah. And I went home with like 65,000.
A champion going in his opponent's backyard with his belt, making short money. That doesn't seem right, man. That doesn't seem like that doesn't happen today. How did he get away? Right. How did you let that go? Did you put too much trust in your management?
What management? His son was my manager.
Oh,
his son was my manager. He had no voice. Carl King didn't have no. He had no voice in it.
Damn.
But I'm cool with Carl.
But yet you came back. You won this fight. Probably one of the greatest knockouts in boxing history. That right hand, the overhand right. How'd you set?
I hit him with that right hand. Well, the thing is that I knew that his defense was limited. Like I said, the trainer. A lot of people, like when I told some of the English people, the boxing people and trainers, I said, well, his trainer was nowhere near as good as mine, and if he had mine, he would have beat me. They was really insulted. But you can clearly see the difference. They probably was going to what?
They were going to kill you. They were trying to break the door down with a freaking telephone pole. Crazy.
More than that. Yeah, but nowadays, since I've spent time over there, everybody loved me. When I go over to different parts, I go from north to south. I did a lot of events over there. I did with Tyson. He was really cool over there. I'm cool. They accept me now. And I can go anywhere over there. And talk to people, stay with people. I got a grandson over there. And my son went over there with me. Yeah, his name is Oliver Charles. And he won some awards in soccer and stuff. So my son, Tim Jr., has a little boy over there, nice little handsome kid. Oliver Charles Lomas is his name. And so my daughter was born too, and she was born in Tottenham, but I went and got her and brought her over here. So we got family over there, and I was going over. It's pretty cool.
Mm.
Now I'm eating French fries.
All right. I love it, man. I love it. Frank Bruno.
Yeah, this is
What?
really cool. How you guys like this? Everything good?
Everything is great on my end, man. How
You
about
enjoying yourself?
you, Tim?
Yeah, it's nice, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice, champ.
Yeah, so when
Now,
we
when
left
did
that
when did you
stadium,
know?
man, I did.
When, when did you
Huh?
know you had Frank? When did you know you had Frank Bruno beat? 'Cause this was a close fight. I mean, Frank Bruno was probably ahead on the score on the judges' scorecards.
Well, my trainer, Slim Robinson, told me. He said, Tim, they was giving me Eddie Aliano was giving me breathing activity. He said, Tim, if you don't get this guy out of here, you losing. He said, put the pressure on him. That round, he said, put that pressure on him. Dig him to the body, then loop that overhead right if you can. You know, he was instructing me what to do. He was giving me more. He was inspiring me more. He was trying to tell me that if you stand up, they're going to steal this fight from you. And so that ninth round, I went out there and tried to do more. I tried to get him out of there, try to land on the chin and finish him, and I did. And so, but my trainer really emphasized me working hard in that ninth round. He said, "You're probably behind, Tim," and he said, "You're probably not going to win over here." That's what he told me, and that's when I went to work.
I mean, you have a great defense. It's almost like a combination of the crab style, a shell style, a high guard. How did you incorporate all those? And that's their own style now. I've never seen any fighter use so many different techniques in one style like you do, bro. That's a great defense.
And you know what? I was still learning. All these fights. These guys had 20 amateur fights, 40 amateur fights, and all that. I only had 7. I was still learning, even though I was professional. Slim was teaching me stuff. But I was confident. That's what gave me the defense. A lot of times I get in the ring, I was like, man, I know he ain't going. I know he's not going to hit me a lot. I got a good defense. That what gave me confidence. Okay, and so there's a lot of awkward stuff I did because I know if I get hit, it's only because I made that mistake. I know my hand's supposed to be up. I know that I'm supposed to counter a certain way that I hold my hands. I know I could counter. I was so relaxed because I knew the only way I get hit if I let them hit me or get lazy. I know my hands supposed to be up where they're supposed to be. The reason why I had them down and was relaxing, I was just trying to hit them. I knew my hands were supposed to be where they were supposed to be up there. But to me, I was just maneuvering too and trying to wait for the right moment to catch him. That's what I was trying to do. I knew he was limited too. I knew he was strong. And that punch came at the right time when we exchange punch and I hit him on the chin. That was the right time. I don't think if I wouldn't have hit him that time, it could have been a negative result. I don't know. I probably could have caught him in the 13th. No, it was a 12-rounder, right?
Yeah.
It was a 12-rounder.
Yep. And man.
So that was a really crucial moment and time for me. And I wasn't even thinking about it. I just, I got to get this guy out of there. Slim was pressuring me. Come on, man. Come on, Tim. You got to do it. And it happened. I noticed that Frank was slowing down, losing confidence. When I was throwing punches on him, I knew he was losing confidence. And that punch came at the right time.
Yep. Con Shernery wants to know, how did you develop that devastating overhand right? Was that a natural punch for you, or did you develop that?
No. My trainer Slim noticed that my straight right hand was weak. My straight right hand wasn't strong. He told me. So he had me looping the overhand right. This was later in my career. Like, he was with me but that straight right hand wasn't really doing the job. So that's when he started showing me how to loop it over, the overhand right, because my straight right wasn't strong enough, and we didn't have enough time to develop that strength in there to throw it straight. Eventually, we was working on throwing his right hand straight, lifting weights a little bit, trying to get that straight right hand strong. But the skills, the way I balanced myself and delivered the punch was really what really made the punch a hard punch. You know, I had to bend my knees and twist the proper way. But if you just throw that overhand a certain way, it won't land properly. So you had to bend and twist and let them knuckles land on the top of the head and the chin at the right time. So even if you were strong, you definitely would have to try to land the punch properly too. Make sure it lands properly.
Now, you're throwing quite a few of these overhand rights in here. Is every one of them knockout punch, or are you trying to get one or two in there and then load up for the big one?
I didn't really know at the time. I was like struggling. I knew that if I hit.
Oh, it happened again, man. Here we are in the middle of some deep insight, and we lose Tim with us. We lose Tim once again. Man, let's hope he comes back again here, G5. Give me a chance to go change the water in my Toker too, because this is good, man. I've been smoking up.
I just rolled up.
I got to do it real fast. I don't want to miss him when he comes back in here. So let me run and do this. All right, I'm back again. A clean bong is a happy bong, and I think Tim is coming back in here. Let's wait to see if he's connected over here, man. Here he is.
I think it's my phone.
That's all right, brother.
You know, I think it's my phone. Every so many minutes, it'll cut off, I think.
Well, we're in. What round are we in out there, man? I know we're getting towards that terrible time, brother.
Are we getting ready to end, right?
We're in round 10 right now.
Okay. We're going to finish this in a couple of minutes, right?
Couple of minutes. Yep. We're going to see a devastating.
Okay. I'm enjoying myself, guys. I really appreciate you guys doing. And I'm really having fun. I'm having.
Oh no, not as much fun as I'm having, bro. and once again, that the technological, whatever we want to call it, man. I had enough problems saying technological, but once again.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
There we go, G5.
Being an asshole to Tim. I mean, this is like what, his 5th time being up here or something, and never really had an issue. So, you know, weird, but
that's Don King. I'm telling you, man. That's Don King.
Hey, both the father and the son are cool people, man. Real cool people.
Oh man, you know, Tim is such a nice guy. You know, like I said, I was going to get Darren Van Horn on here tonight, but I couldn't make a contact with him. His phone kept going on voicemail for the last couple of days. I don't know, but anyway, man, I called Tim last night on Mad Chad's show. I said, let me make a phone call here, and he was so gracious. He said, yeah, man, because he hinted he wanted to come back. I said, damn, you know, Tim is such a refreshing guy, fresh guy. It doesn't matter if I could talk to him every night, but just being able to get I'm calling this guy a legend, bro. How many people do you know who had the WBA heavyweight champ, the WBC heavyweight champion?
Right.
Hey, don't forget to give me a like out there, man.
And Muhammad Ali's sparring partner.
Oh yeah, Muhammad Ali's sparring partner, Joe Frazier. This man, Tim, you're back again, my brother.
Yeah, I didn't spar Joe Frazier.
I didn't.
I didn't spar
I
Joe.
almost said Joe Frazier. Who did you spar? I think you mentioned earlier some of the spar.
I spar Ali. I spar Ali. I spar Ali, Saad Muhammad, Mustafa Muhammad. I sparred a lot of people. I sparred Jamil McCline. I mean, they was my sparring partners. Greg Page, we sparred. I sparred a lot of people.
Page.
But I was Muhammad Ali's sparring partner.
Why didn't you spar with Frazier? You're both in Philadelphia.
No, I didn't. I just fought his son. I had only 6 amateur fights, and he had a whole bunch of fights, and I fought his son in the finals. I fought his son, Marvis Frazier, and I lost a decision, close decision. And I only been fighting like a year and a half. He had a lot of fights.
How about the sparring with Jerry Cooney? Tahara Deuce, salute to you, sister. Thanks for coming by. My brother Nick wants to know. Tell us about that Cooney sparring session. And you didn't last there long either.
No, well, the thing, and I love Jerry. He's a good guy. But the thing is that they hired me. I went up there, and when I walked in the door, they had like about 10 sparring partners, but like 7 of them was all beat up and couldn't spar. Some had wraps around their ribs. Some of them was all cut up. He would beat them up. He broke them up. So I said, yo, Slim, to my trainer, look at that. He said, yeah, Tim, don't worry about that. So when I started sparring him, Slim made it possible. He was clever. Every time Jerry Cooney would lean down and throw that left, all I did was step over and left Jerry standing there. Then we get engaged. I banged him. We banged each other. He might have got a couple of good shots into the body, but I was never there for him to hit me. So I think Slim said I put a little cut on his nose. Slim said, Tim, I don't know how long you're gonna last. I think we put a little cut over his nose, but I wasn't there for him to hit. That was the main thing. He was more experienced than me. But if Slim wasn't there, I think that he would have maneuvered and roughed me up a little bit. But Slim told me every time he leaned over to throw that big left, Tim, all you got to do is take a little step over. And we left him there. So when he leaned over to throw that left hook, I just stepped over. He was left there looking at the ropes. And that's how we got through it with Jerry Cooney. So they got rid of me. They didn't get rid of.
There was a story about him having loaded gloves in sparring.
Okay, well, this I hate to talk about, but my trainer did tell me that he saw them wrapping electrical tape over top of his other stuff, and that it looked like he had no filling in the top of his glove. Like there's no like
no padding.
Stuff in it, padding in it. Yeah, it looked like it, but when he hit me, it was kind of hard to the body. It didn't feel like it was like 18 ounces or nothing like that. And the gloves did look kind of small. They look kind of small, but Slim said, don't worry about it. Slim said, don't worry, just keep on. Oh, you got it? Yeah, he said, just keep on, Tim, we're going to be all right. So, they didn't need us no more after like 10 days or less. They said, nah, we don't need Tim because I wasn't there for him to hit.
Great. Did you ever spar with Jimmy Young?
But I did see him wearing. I sparred Jimmy before. He was clever. He hit me right in the solar plex, and I felt like stopping like for a minute and taking a break. But I said, no, I can't do that. He would turn to the side and whip a left hook right up the middle, right into the middle. And I said, oh, God. And I said, I boxed him. I went around. It was beautiful boxing him. What a great guy he was. He was a really nice guy. I sparred him. Like I said, I sparred Jamil McCline, Trevor Burbick. That was fun. I sparred him. That was fun.
They say Trevor was one of the dirtiest fighters of all time. How was Trevor Burbick?
he was just strong. He didn't fight me dirty. I was catching him off guard. I was catching him off guard a lot. I was out jabbing him. I was beating him to the punch. And when he cornered me, he tried to get rid of me, but he couldn't do it. So I had fun sparring him, but he was somebody, because I was young and learning, he could have put pressure on me if he had a little bit more skills himself. But I wasn't there for him to hit, just like Jerry Cooney. I wasn't there for him to hit. And Slim was teaching me good defense. And that's what saved me, I'm telling you. That's what saved me.
All right, let's catch the end of this fight here, man. Let's watch this legendary overhand right here. And you got that left hand really low. Are you ready to lower the ball?
See, I'm confident. And that was wrong. I'm confident because I know I got a good defense, and if he throws something, I'm gonna bring my hands right up. So I took chances like that, and I was a little. I would think I was a little. I wasn't a little tired. I just left it down there. I knew my right hand was gonna block anything, if I dropped my left hand low. So, he was just trying to position himself to hit me. Now I caught him with that shot. Yeah, I caught him with that. He turned around and tried to hit me with a shot, and so that's the overhand. I hit him with the hard one. I hit him with that.
Get that last one in there, didn't you? Huh?
Yeah, I had to do that. Like I said, me and him are real good friends. Like I said, after that fight, we couldn't even get out of that ring. They were trying to kill us before we got to the dressing room. We barely made it out the ring. So that's him. That's us. That's us celebrating. But I don't know if Don King. I don't know if he was happy. I don't know if he wanted me to win. I know his eyes was on Tyson. So I don't know if him and Mickey, whoever was Bruno's promoter, had some type of deal. Because I don't know if Tyson fit in it or anything. But why would, I don't know. I was kind of confused.
Was that your mother at ringside?
No, that was his mom.
His mom, okay.
Yeah, that was his mom.
She looked like someone's mom.
Yeah, that lady with the hat on?
Oh.
You talking about the lady with the hat on? My mom didn't go to the Bruno fight. She was at the Larry Holmes fight.
That's a story in itself. The hotel, having to move from one hotel to the other, being a couple of stores.
We moved. Yeah, right. We went to the Dunes. He was in Caesars. But what happened was they put. No, that was Larry Holmes fight. They put me. They put my kid's mom and stuff on the same floor as Larry Holmes. So Larry Holmes security and everybody went and knocked on the door real nasty, like bang, 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 and told them to get out, get off the floor. So me and my brothers was down in the Caesars. We heard the police running to the elevator saying something wrong with the 14th floor. And I said, that's where my kids and stuff at. So we went up there. So I went up to the room, and my daughter was small then, she was crying, and her mom was like a little bit in tears, and her mother was there, the grandma was there. And she said, yeah, they cussed us out and told us to get the F out the room, off the floor. So I was in the room. So then we heard a big knock on the door. Bam, bam, bam. So they went and opened up the door, and it was Bobby DiGiorgio, Larry Holmes, there's a whole bunch of people said, y'all got to get out this room. And I said, what? So I ran towards the door, and my kids and my girlfriend's mom was holding me back. She said, you get back. So she ran over there and was hollering at them, was fighting them. They was trying to get in the door. She was hitting them. So we finally closed the door, and it was like, don't go out there, Tim. And it was holding me down. So after a while, Larry Holmes said, like, the door is open. He said, just get off the door. He was nasty. So they moved over to where I was, and that was really disrespectful what they did. They had my daughter hiding underneath the bed. Lynette, she grown now. She got kids. That was really a shame. But I remember when Larry Holmes was walking down the aisle. He was walking down the hallway downstairs in the lobby, and he tried to come over and approach me. So it was on what they call that channel? It was on the channel 6.
Oh, channel.
No, yeah, well, HBO, and they showed me and him face to face before the fight, getting ready to fight. They hold me, but I was ready to fight him for real, and they was hold back, and then Larry Holmes backed off, and then they put 60 minutes. It was on 60 Minutes. And I just all that stuff, man, was a great experience, man. I'm glad. I'm happy that God chose that for me, and I'm here talking to your guys, and and it's just crazy when people, like, if you don't have nobody to talk to, or somebody don't recognize you as something, it's kind of bad. It's bad, but there's people living that ain't recognized, and everybody got a part to play in this world and life, and mine was just being a good guy. I become champion, and I'm gonna continue on loving everybody because we all God's children. I don't have nothing against nobody, I don't have nothing against anybody, and that's why I came on. I want to do this podcast. I want to stay sharp because we definitely need a union in the boxing. We need help when you retire.
That's a whole nother show, man. That's a whole nother show.
It is. We need help. Sure. We need help, and we all need to stick together. I know that this world is in a bad situation. What's wrong, man? All we got to do is love each other, and the world would be good. But you can't. That ain't gonna happen. I mean, I love everybody. I don't want to fight nobody. I will defend myself. I don't have nothing. All that racism. I don't teach my kids racism. You can walk up to any of my kids. Matter of fact, one of my daughters dating a white guy. And my son Tim Jr., he lives with a white girl. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, my brother.
And my thing is that, I got 2 children that's associated with white people. And it's okay with me. It's okay with me. I ain't gonna lie, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not gonna lie, because black people have been treated bad. I wanted them to get. Maybe somebody poor and don't have advantages and need help, to get with one of them and help them get out the neighborhood. I heard them to do that. But whatever they winded up, it was okay with me. I wanted them to get somebody black or something like that was poor, didn't have no future. I wanted my kids to go be with somebody and let them have a little bit of good life and stuff like that. Because I was raised where they used the N-word every day when I went to school. Every day. Right down in Philly, right in South Philly. Everything is good now. The same white people that used to use the N-word, some of them apologized to me, and we're really good friends now. We're good friends. They grow up and stuff like that. So racism is taught. It's taught. I didn't teach none of my kids that. But I did want them to know the history of how we was being treated. I did want them to know that, and I feel good about that. So I got white friends I love. I got black friends I love. I got people, all nationalities that I love, and that's the way everybody should be. But teach the history. If you're Irish, Chucky Allah, our day will come. That's what the IRA. I was over there with the IRA in Ireland, and the IRA was fighting against the English. I learned that the words that we say, Chucky Allah is our day will come. I was hanging out with the IRA down near the water. They told me no English, never set foot over here. You need to be privileged, Tim. And I said, thank you, guys. After I knocked out Bruno, when I went over to Ireland, I went over there like 6 times. I hung out with the IRA. They were happy. But I love the English. I got a lot of English friends that I love, and we cool. They respect me. This world, we got to try to make it a better place. We might not see it, But hopefully in the future, everybody can join hands together and spread the love. But I do believe that money and power is really an evil thing and causing
That's
everybody to cut throats.
that's real. That's real
Hey,
stuff, brother. Real
hey,
stuff.
me and Bruce have a
It is.
Filipino friend. He's in the Philippines. His name's J-Man. He did a tribute video for you yesterday. He told everybody your history. He's in the Philippines, and he did his whole broadcast in English. He's a good friend of me and Bruce. G5 Gabe on the panel. We visit him. But yeah, he's a big fan of yours. He did a YouTube show on you on Monday. So
Yeah. You're
Thank
absolutely
you. Thank you.
you're an international star, Tim. You're bigger than a rock star over here. But bro, hey, listen, man. I kept you for over 2 hours. You graced me. I don't want you to wear out your welcome over here, bro. I don't want you get.
I'm coming on. I'm coming on again, but don't have me on that long, okay?
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you, man. God bless you so much. You want to say a couple of good words before you get out of here, bro?
Yeah, I just wish that a lot of things that would change, and for the better. And the saying, money is the root of all evil. That's the truth. That's the truth. If I was a billionaire, I probably would help all the poor people, okay, and help them see the bright lights and the shining moon and the bright sun. You know what I'm saying? And there's just a lot of things that need to be done, and it's really, to me, if the rich people really realize what we're going through, and try to help, that would ease the pain. But it don't seem like that's going to happen. There's a lot of people in wealth and rich people. They won't try to make things better. They won't try to make things better. But that's not it. My thing is that I'm glad to be on the show. That is it. But I'm glad to be on the show. I love everybody. My intentions when I go out here is to when I leave the door, to just spread love wherever I go, and hopefully that it helps some other people spread love to other people. And there's a lot of people out there doing that. There's a lot of people tired of all this shooting, all this killing, all this robbing, all this mistreatment by different races and different people. There's a lot of people don't like that. So we have to try to do the best we can. We may not see it during this day, but hopefully the world will be a better place in the future. But I don't think we're going to see it. But let's try. Let's try. Let people know that you don't like hatred, that you don't like racism, or you don't like this. Let people know that, and that'll make one person change another person. So I'm happy to be on this show. I didn't ever expect to be heavyweight champ of the world. I did push hard. To try to be something, professional football player. And now people are listening to me speak. When I go to speak, I don't speak long-term stuff, about boxing and all the events. I come and say hi, thank you to people. And if it wasn't for the people that paid the tickets to the fights, we wouldn't be who we are. We wouldn't be champions. Wouldn't nobody be in the seats if they didn't pay? If they didn't pay pay-per-view, if they didn't buy television stuff, we got to thank the fans. We can't crap on the fans because they made us the stars who we are. And the people you see on TV, actors, we have to thank the people that paid them tickets and supported us. That's what we're not doing. There's people almost getting killed over games, like Philadelphia Eagles and the Giants. They'll fight you over them. So I got to be champion because of the people that supported me, not because of me. And I want to thank them for that on this show. And my heart goes out to them. All my supporters, all the people that support me in the boxing game, I didn't do it by myself. Every time I knew you clapped your hand, every time you paid your ticket, that was a support for me to do better. And I just want to say thank you very much. And thank you for having me on the show, Bruce. Thank you, guys.
Oh.
I love you guys.
Wow, man. Let me get everybody up. Let me get everybody else up here, man. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? I'm not supposed to be here by myself. We still got a full house here. Let me get this back to normal. There we go. There we go. There we go, man. How cool was that, bro? How cool was that, man?
That was awesome.
That was inspirational. Inspirational stuff, bro. Great stuff. Hey, and you guys want to say anything before I kick you out of here?
Hey, thank you, Bruce, for the invite, man. It was a pleasure being on with the two-time world champ, Tim Witherspoon, Terrible Tim. Great panel. Thanks, George. Thanks, G5 Gabe. Subscribe to my channel, Skywalker Boxing, #TWT. I'm out. Peace.
Peace, man. G5. Tell them where they can find you, brother.
Man, Brucey. George, my brothers, man. Another dope show. You know, Tim is a regular. Like, he been up here multiple times, so it's like he a regular, you know, to us. But it's always fun because he always has something else to give. More stories. So, you know, it's just dope to be a part of it, and you know, just hearing his stories, man. I sit back and, you know, certain times I just get quiet. I don't say shit because I'm just enjoying, you know, trying to just picture the things that we may have known, that he may clarify or correct us on. So dope interview, man. Find me at, you know, G5_Gabe, #TWT. AM cleanup Monday through Friday, 6:30, well, about 6:45 AM Central Time.
I get my dose there every morning, bro.
Man, we're just making our way, man. We pushing, trying to hit our goal, man, and keep pushing the sport of boxing in a positive direction. And appreciate everybody's support. Shout out to the chat. Y'all real MVPs, man. I'm out of here, my brothers.
Peace to you, man. Peace to you, G5. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, man. George. George, don't tell me George got a contact high in the fumes. I don't see George around anymore. But anyway, man, I'm going to give George a text, see what's up with him, man. I'm sure something happened out of the ordinary, but George is back there. He's still got his camera on. But George, we're closing it down here, brother. Thank you for coming by, man. I'll see you next week. Probably even before that, man. But Bruce Gas over here, man. Thank all you guys so much for coming in here, man. You know, I think that was a gem, bro. Tim Witherspoon. You know, that's my brother. He's like family, man. I thank him every time he comes in, and he, you know, he kind of returns the gratitude. But bro, the gratitude is all for you, brother, for coming in here, man. Thank you so much, man. Peace out, everybody. Bruce Gas. I'll see you guys around, man. I pop up anytime, anywhere, and once again, gratitude and peace.